Okay, welcome back, and today we're going to talk a little bit about a table saw. If you want to buy one, I could give you some pointers on it. I've been doing this for many years. I'm a carpenter by trade many years ago, and I still do it here and there. I do some other things too, but over the years we kind of went through whatever type of tools and stuff. So, but when we started out with table saw, we didn't start out with something like this. Our table saw was a big saw, and it was cast iron, it was heavy, and took more than one guy to carry it. It took a couple of us. Then we would set it outside someplace, and set it up where we're going to, because we did some roofing, and we cut plywood, we cut, fascia, things like that, different types of trim. So it was a little bit hectic back then to go bog around something big. You try to use your circle saw as much as you could because the table saw was just too big or too much trouble to take out. But nowadays they don't do that. I mean, you got these little portable ones. You take them out. Like this one, you can see the legs just flop, or the legs just kind of flip up on it, and it flips down on it, so you can put it right back in the back of a pickup truck, and that's super great. So, but when we look for this one, the things I got to do is cut plywood, some 4x4s, some 2x4s. So that's what I was looking at in the table saw. I was looking at just those things. I would kind of use it because I have a saw, that I use in the shop. So this one here was just going to be something extra that we want to go out and do a little bit of extra work here and there, So you look at the price. There's a lot of prices up and down. You're really confused. I wouldn't look at the price. I would look at what I'm going to use the saw for, how long I wanted that saw, things like that. Because I think they're basically made them all pretty much the same now if you kind of look at them. Because we did look at the Harbor Freight. I do like that Harbor Freight saw, that Hercules. Pretty nice saw. But it was just a little bit over the price that we wanted to pay. Then we got this in here on sale. So, and then of course I like the legs on this. I didn't want to have to buy the Harbor Freight saw and then buy a set of legs for $80 or something like that. I just wanted a set of legs with it, flop them out, twist them out like that, and we're done. It's set up. That's really nice. So that was one of the options that we were kind of looking for. And then of course how much distance we have, okay, from the blade to the backing here. Of course the track's really nice. So we ended up with, from the blade back here, about 25.25 inch. Of course I would say in my experience this would be probably about a 24-inch cut saw basically. Of course this has to go, these clips off, they have to come back here to make that 24 inch. But it locks in really nice. It's tight too. Of course you've got a locking mechanism here, a little handle on the side that kind of locks it and comes back and forth. So if I set a piece of plywood, it's always going to cut. We don't want this, definitely don't want, we want that extra inch on there just to lay the plywood on it, to get ready to cut, and then move this in where we need it and lock it in. It has the knife on the back of it, and I really like using the knife. It seems a lot safer. It keeps that wood from pressing in on the front and pinching and coming back at you. So the knife's really important. So if you get them, try to keep with the knife, keep the knife on them. It has a little extension, so if this is way back like this and I'm cutting plywood, that can kind of ride up against it. That's pretty neat. And then of course you have another adjustment here. And then of course you can use it as backing instead of your back piece here. You can actually cut down here. Now it does come with a you got your push stick here, and I tell you what, guys, I don't use these. I just normally just buy them, or not buy them, I make them myself, because when you're pushing that through there, you only have this little piece right here to actually kind of press down on kind of put a little pressure on the front to keep that piece of wood. Just the way it's designed, it's set so it could be sticking to the wood like this and kind of help you. These are real expensive. I make these all the time just out of I have so much scrap wood, it's so easy to make them. And I do like it reason-wise because you can you can, it looks like a little shoe in a way, don't it, with the kicking, but you can put your fingers in like this and then press down on the front just give it a little bit of force in the front, and that just kind of, because it sticks out so far, and it just kind of holds that wood down. That helps. I like it that way. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that back up, and it locks in real nice. Okay, and then of course, you know, these are your adjustments to move the blade up and down. You know that, and then also your power button over here. It's got a nice power button. I like that. I buy those power buttons for some of the other tools so I don't have to reach over and turn on like the shop back or something. I have a power button underneath, and it makes it much easier. So we were looking at a couple of those things. Like I said, we want to make sure there's always a knife on them, and then get this off. You can put a data blade. They say you can put one. I guess you have to buy the bolt adapter or something. It's probably a skinnier bolt and a plate to go ahead and put that on there. And then of course, you know, everybody knows you reach down in here and pull that knife out of there. But it's only one setting, so it's not like my table saw. You can move that up higher, you know, or you can move it down lower. It's down low now, I think. But you only got one setting on it. It's right there. And then of course on this you have some Allen bolts down here. You just use an Allen wrench, and you can adjust it because they shoot back out on a button like that. So let's go this way. Okay, and it locks in real nice. If you get your measurement done, what did I do with that? Oh, it's back here, the ruler. You get your measurements, measure from your blade over like this, and then you can. I had to set this red pointer right here. Of course, there's a screw on the end of it. So simple. And then also make sure your blade is, you know, straight, or, you know, squared up with your deck. Of course, that adjustment is down here in front. You should be able to see that in the manuals. There's a bolt down underneath it here, and you adjust it, and it just, you know, it allows it to come over so far or go back this way. And when you adjust that, there's like a little stopper there. So here, okay. So that's the way I did that one. Didn't have to do anything else onto it, so we were kind of happy about it. So it's going to do exactly what we need it to do. Screw it back in, and then of course when you fold up the legs on it, you carry it. There's two handles here to move around, just like I did. But it also has a nice big heavy handle here, so you can just kind of grab it, throw it on your hip. Of course, you can take all this off when you're carrying it. You can drop that blade all the way down, and then take this top piece off. So I would, if I'm going to carry it around, I'd take this off and then drop that blade down in there. Just because, you know, this is plastic here on these two sides here, and then if you go to drop it or something, you probably break it. I'm for sure. And I wouldn't know what to tell you about buying one. You know, I don't know if the company sells those extra, or you can buy another one to fit on it or what. But the whole reason, like I said, we bought it. We want to make sure that we can use it for on the job site what we're going to use it for. You know, with the plywood and stuff like that. So that was when I went out and looked for it. I wanted to make sure that's what I bought it for, because it had the 15 amp motor in it. It run 3.5 inches height on the blade, so I can cut 4x4s, and then of course that 4x4s are hard to cut. If you ever cut one before, they drag down the motor. You don't want to do that with you know, cutting hardwood and stuff with maybe a smaller amp motor, because you put a lot of pressure on the bearing and the brushes in them, and then well, you end up with something that's pretty much burning, or you can smell it from it. And then also with your extension cords, you know, if you're going to put a extension cord and you're out doing carpenter work, you know, probably goes to like a 12-2 cord. Don't make it too long. You know what I mean? Something maybe a 50-footer or something like. Keep it close to an outlet somewhere. I would suggest anybody to run a long extension cord. So that way you can get the full potential out of this without overloading the motor itself. Okay. But if you're using it as a carpenter, I mean, if you're using this in the workshop like beginners, this is a great table saw. I mean, this would be the main thing. I mean, for what the price cost on it and what it can do, this would be a great beginner saw. I mean, just super inside of a small shop somewhere, because you get, you know, I think a lot of people get discouraged when you buy something that underpower so much that when you go to cut something, you know, you just kind of lose interest of it. Said, well, you know, I don't have a strong assault, so. But make sure you just buy it for what you're going to use it for. Now, if you're going to use it in the shop, I mean, like, you know, like a beginner's thing, it does have that. I'm gonna lock this up. It does have that dust port on the back of it. So right here. So that's nice. I mean, for a job saw, I mean, you know, you don't want it shooting out. They give you this little thing here. I'm sure that's what they did. They gave it to you so you could shoot the sawdust down, not shoot out to one of the guys working, you know. So, you know, if you're out, I imagine it would shoot straight up. We used it on the back, and of course, just a regular shop vac, you know, like this, works just fine, like this. Okay, and then you can use it in shop, you know. If you're cutting small things, anything actually, I think it does I think it would work really, really well on if I were to start out as a beginner. So, but what I did here, I'm gonna give you a little tip on that. I do these all days. I put a little bit of duct tape around my hose here, and then because it doesn't clip on. You know, because you know, your hose here has a clip on it, but it don't clip on here. It just kind of slides in. To keep that coming off, I put a little bit of duct tape around it, and it just kind of makes it a little bit more stickier. It's kind of, it's just something to tell you. So, if you're looking for a table saw, I mean, this could be it. I just think the only downside I'd say with this table saw, that for me, and because I'm used to it, is the quietness. It's a little loud, but I mean, you know, they're really designed to put outside someplace, so you know that loud noise is not going to really have an effect in it. But if you want to put it in a shop or something, if you put it down in a cabinet, stick it down inside of a cabinet, make one, it probably wouldn't be that loud because you would dense that sound a little bit. But sitting on a table, I think it's kind of loud. I mean, if you use it all the time, you know, it might be a little loud in your ears. Depends on how sensitive your ears are, you know, but on a job site, nah, this is perfect, especially for somebody starting out doing roofs or, you know, inside trim work or anything like that. This is a really good saw because it's got the power. I put a 2x4 through and it just ate it up. I was really, really surprised. But anything you like to do with them, I guess, that's what we're going to be doing here, some work on it. And I'll probably use it to help me cut some bead boxes because we're going to be start working on those. So, okay, that's it. This is a SKIL 15 amp 10-inch blade. I don't know the number of it, but I think this is the only 10-inch. This is the new one, so it's not one of the older models. So, okay, you guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and hit that like button. We'll appreciate that. So you guys have a great day, and thanks.